What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome to Monday Night Rawski. The longest running episodic program and live stream here on YouTube. You ain't here with the Bruce Wayne. This is the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth. Yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy, but you can call me CGA, God Allah, and I be the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. Great show for you today. Today, we're going to talk about 3 reasons why men should not date older women. All right. This is a request by our one resident, KT the King. All right, he's got it going on. All right, he said why men shouldn't date older women. We got a couple of, maybe a slide or two where we're going to show you what happens for you thirsty, starving ass ninjas.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
That like stretch mark queens, all right? AKA Derek Jackson stretch mark lovers, all right? But you know he be out here with the baddies. Let me see if I can pull up Derek Jackson. I forgot about Derek Jackson. All right, stretch mark lover. Let me see this goofy ass ninja. Where's that picture of him with the stretch? Here it is right here. There he is right there. Look at this ninja right here.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
All right, you see it right here? Stretch mark lover, this goof ass ninja. All right, look at him. This ninja, man.
The humanity.
All right, but a lot of you ninjas are stretch mark lovers, and we're going to talk about you stretch mark loving ass ninjas, man, and see why indeed it is not in your best interest to date older women. All right. But to contribute to today's show, $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal is PayPal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel when you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. All right, let me check if there's any early contributors. Normally, you guys are getting off of work. You've been working hard day and night. All right, you've been bringing home the bacon so you can have a schizoid, fry it up in a pan. Shout out to Black Boss in the building. That was from probably earlier today. But as I tuned off, he hit that chat. But I got you, brother Black Boss in the building. You guys have been working 9 to 5. Our blue-collar workers, you hard hats out here. We are out here getting it. And we're going to have an evening stream for you as you guys are watching the national championship game. Background, I'm pretty sure Ohio State down to Notre Dame. Shout out to our brother, no government name. President Trump and his family were definitely enjoying the Mississippi Valley State Band performance. Pro-blacks are big mad. Like, I don't get it. Like, let's just say he bought a white band. You know what I mean? Like, all right. And he didn't invite the Mississippi State or Mississippi Valley State. Shout out to everybody in the Deltas there. I think they're the Delta Devils, if I'm not mistaken. I've been there before. When I coached at Southern, we played there. I'll never go back to that area. I swear there were slaves out there. All right. When we were driving down to play Mississippi Valley State, I saw some slaves picking cotton. And that was in 2000 and what? 2001? There definitely was some slaves. All right. I was like, nigga, y'all free. I was like, I don't have to, you know, you don't have to do this, right? I turned it to Cap to Save a Hole on them niggas. I said they got Juneteenth. All right, anyway. But say they had the little regular band. If they would have did that, the pro-blacks were like, why didn't they invite a black band? But, of course, they invite a black band, and they're like, he's inviting these sellout Uncle Toms from Delta State, all right, wherever you call them. I don't know. It's crazy out here. I don't get it.
New world order.
Who has the best black college band? I'm going to tell you right now. All right, shout out to Mississippi Valley State representing the HBCUs, and the pro-blacks are mad. I'm going to give it to the Human Jukebox. Southern University Jaguar Band. Shout out to Southern University. We going Jag Nation. I know I'm a little biased. I was on the Yard. Shout out to you. I was on the Yard. I coached there for a season. And they got some honeys over there at Southern University in Baton Rouge. In Baton Rouge, shout out to our brother Boosie from Baton Rouge.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I'm going Southern University. All right, shout out to Jag Nation in here. All right, they don't want to. What's going on with my stream already? All right, y'all got to refresh already. They don't know.
New world order.
All right, anyway, Southern University. Shout out to the Jags, but shout out to Mississippi Valley State. And there, President Trump. That was their favorite African Americans this week.
Oh, look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
Shout out to Dark Side Foundation. Coach, I plan to increase my exposure to Bitcoin as experts are now projecting it to hit 10 million by 2030. He says, I predict the gap between the rich and the down bad will increase significantly. Congrats to Orange Man. Good. He says, give me the Kamala. By the way, the Saturday video was amazing. Shout out to you, brother man.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm going to come.
And he said, by the way, Obama looked sad during the inauguration, walking by himself. Black love is finished. Who saw Barack Obama? Obama looked really down bad. I mean, bruh. He looked terrible when he walked out there by himself. I mean, it literally is the stereotypes. The stereotype exists. Black men and black women, like black men and black women, man. Just black men in general and any woman. All right. Barry Solo. He looked pathetic, man. And you know he was like, when that damn curtain went open and he had to walk out there, he was like, damn. Can't control my mish. Yes, he has a mish. All right, I think I can lift this up. Just let me see. All right, can't control my man, bish. Unbelievable, man. Had that brother out there hanging, swinging. Left your man out there. See, when we talk about, there's principles in decorum. You can't leave your man out here to fight for himself. Unbelievable. Disgraceful, man. Then I get Kenneth. He says, I watched my dad take care of my brothers and sisters, and they always lied about paying him back. He died broke and in incredible pain. Shout out to you. I read that one earlier. Sad to hear. Sad to hear. And guys, when y'all get closer to death, y'all gonna think your family's gonna gather around and be like, oh, dear Father. Dear Father, you were such a wonderful man. Everything you did to teach us, sacrifice and work hard. You didn't buy a new pair of tennis shoes for 5 to 15 years. You didn't have no swag because of us. You made sure we didn't have student loan debt. You came into our lives and provided us with a legacy to live upon, and we're going to honor you to the future with your family crest. You were a great man. All right. You died and worked in filth and dangerous jobs. You're wonderful. As a daughter, I'm not going to be a whore out here. As a son, I'm not going to dishonor your name. As a wife, I'm going to make sure that your children use your last name and honor you. Have you been to a man's funeral and heard that shit? Not recently. All right. Maybe in the 1990s, but not recently. All right. The lady going to come in with her black hat with the net on, Jacqueline Kennedy style. All right. All right. She like, who do I have to fuck around here to get my life insurance check faster? All right, this nigga dead. Scoop his ass down there. Nah, no fucking George Floyd casket for him. Let the maggots eat his flesh. He said niggas got cancer from working for his family and nobody cared. You've been inhaling toxic fumes, pouring over gasoline and nuclear waste just to support your family. And guess what? Yep, they fighting over your inheritance. They throwing all of your belongings, all of your loving belongings, all of the shit that you compiled, all of your shit. They just throwing it in the trash. Who want this nigga shit? Get, come in. Take what you want. You want his shirt? Get his pimp socks too. Get his pimp socks. Get his gators. Get them fucking suits out of here. Oh, ain't nobody gonna wear these suits. All right, they be like, hey, little Ray, nuck. You want to wear grandpapa's suit? Get that fucking suit out of here, that 1970 shit. Ain't nobody wearing that double-breasted shit no more. Big baggy-ass Steve Harvey suits. Ain't nobody want these shit. Throw them shits away. Lying on your name. Remember that mulatto chick that got up there and talked shit about her father at the funeral? These people have no shame. And then they gonna go through your prawn collection. They gonna be all on your goddamn, okay, ooh. They be on your zip drive, on your little zip drives where you have all your prawn. They could be like, oh, Paw was nasty ass nigga. Paw was a nasty boy.
Oh, that's nasty.
He was a nasty boy. You gonna have all kind of stretch mark queens all in your naked prawn. They gonna see all your shit, bruh. Anyway, it's an evil world out here, brothers.
Straight jacket.
You gotta get in. You gotta get in. Get it how you want it out here. Cause otherwise, oh man, yes sir. We got a sister in the building. Shout out to our sister. Shout out to our brother Corinthia. Sorry, this is my sister. You been on my mind. Corinthia says, Ringo TV is reviewing some of your content now and shouting you out. Glad to see the support being sent your way. Have a good show. All right, shout out to Ringo. Let me see if I can sneak over there and send him a super chat. Y'all gonna see it live right now. Let me see here. Let me see if I can see it.
We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right, let me see if we can do it here. Let's see if we can do it live. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, men are in love, women are in business. All right, shout out to our brother Ringo TV. Let me see here. I'm going to see if I can super chat him. I might not be able to do it here. I might have to do it from my phone. All right, shout out to you right here. All right, who scheduled my appointment? All right, oh, shit. All right, I don't know what happened. Shout out to our brother Ringo TV. I might have to hit him up later. It's going to be hard to do that and do it at the same time. But shout out to him, man. All right, let's see here. What else was I going to do? Shout out to Corinthia. And we have one more. It is, let me see, Pro Man is in the building. Pro Man. He says, some change for CGA is boss up time.
Boss up.
I don't think Team Trump is playing games or handing out participation trophies. Let them know, man. Oh,
boss up, nigga.
Man, hey, Trump is about to make some people rich. Right now. I mean, for the next 50 years, he's about to make some people rich. Now, some of y'all, it ain't going to be us. It could be us, though. He's about to open up the portal. And it's going to start with TikTok. Whoever buys TikTok got to go through Trump. Just think about that. Because they got to sell TikTok in the next 90 days. They got people lining up. Trump almost probably gets to handpick. He probably is going to be like, who want to line up? And he going to take that back room deal. All right, it's going to be some goddamn change out here. Kickbacks like 10% to the big guy. So people about to get rich around here. Filthy, rotten rich. In many, many ways. All right, he renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. He wasn't kidding. Not only that, if he gets into that Greenland deal, for the next 50 to 200 years, United States could remain a power. Because you're going to open up trade routes, significant trade routes, as global warming takes place and the polar ice over there starts to melt, and it's going to open up trade routes to the likes where America has never seen. Okay. Right now, we got to use the Panama Canal, all right, and go all the way around. I don't know, man. America about to get rich. He about to open up. I'm trying to get a couple of bucks here. I'm trying to get a couple of dollars in here. All right, enough about all that shit. let's get into it. We have, all right, I guess this is Straggle Sniggle Theater. All right, we'll go with Straggle and Sniggle Theater, I suppose. Nah, you know what? Fuck that. I don't like that. Let's go into child support. I guess we could do crime and law CGA. That's what we'll do. Crime and law CGA. All right, here we go right here. Let's go out there right here. That's what we'll do. Crime and law CGA. Okay. Make America great again. Child support. There's a rumor that Donald Trump is going to make some changes to the child support law, which he's signed many executive orders. This one, I haven't seen him even. People said he tweeted something. I can't find the tweet. People also said that people are spreading a rumor and he might sign an executive order. I haven't seen that signed yet, so don't hold your breath. But take a look at this. This is Tyrese. This is your boy Tyrese. Shout out to your boy Tyrese. Check this out. This is on the Red Pill Awareness Instagram page. Go give him a shout out. Go give him a follow. And it says, Shayla Gibson chooses to stay with her father at 18, leading to an end in child support. Well, I mean, okay. Well, it says Tyrese Gibson's daughter, the one his ex-wife took away and demanded an exorbitant amount of child support for, she's now 18, and guess what? She has chosen her father. She made it clear she no longer wants any involvement with her mother. According to her, her mother tried to turn her against her dad, but as she grew closer to him, she realized he's an amazing man. Child support has officially ended, and this young woman has decided to stand by her father. Shout out to her real quick. We've been talking about Tyrese, and there's his daughter right there. Shout out to her, beautiful young lady. All right, I wish her luck and success in life. No shade, but let me rain on y'all parade. I'm gonna rain on y'all parade because I'm gonna teach y'all a lesson here. First of all, this is classic baby mama terrorist bullshit. Sorry, man. Tyrese, congratulations. Congratulations to your daughter. This is script. This is by script. This always happens. The baby mama terrorist controls the kid, tries to alienate the kid against the dad. The kid grows up, but the kid wants to move at 14, 15, 16, but the mom says, nah, you can't move. You can't move. Then when the kid turns 18, legally the mom, number one, can't do anything. Number two, the child support's over. So the mom says, go on over there. Go on over there if you want. So she done collected all the child support money. The child support well is dry. Now she's going to show up like Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife and say, I didn't really love you anyway. Now there's no more money to gain. There's no more pawn. There's no more court cases. There's no more modifications. There's no more child support increases. So now the kid can go up over there. Now, Tyrese is lucky because the kid actually wanted a relationship with the dad. But the child support ended. The mother gets no benefit of keeping the child. Now, even if the mother loses out on this kid for the next 30, 40, 50 years, well, fuck her anyway. But she already bled the well dry, okay? She can't manipulate the kid anymore as a adult. Then she has reached the age of majority. So it wasn't like the child support ended because the kid moved with him. The child support ended because there was no more money to gain. So now the mother can't gain any more money. And as you can see, and I'm going to say this is a CGA quote, these women hate the child's father more than they love the child. Okay. Now, this is a very common baby mama terrorist tactic. And so now she want to look like, hey, I let her come move with you. Bitch, she 18. She could decide what she want to do. She could go to the military if she want. So now the mother, since the well is run dry, she's going to try to play cool. Oh, yeah, I wanted you guys to have a relationship. She chose you, and I figure, we can repair the damage that we did in the past and let bygones be bygones, and we can have an amnesty. And now the mom out here have to tap dance and shuffle in front of Tyrese because that well done ran dry, and she probably spent up all that money. But the damage is done. Luckily, the child did want that, but a lot of kids are poisoned by these baby mama terrorists because the baby mama terrorists is trying to extract as many resources as they possibly can through the government system. All of a sudden, when there's 18, there's no custody fight. Why is there no custody fight now? All right, why is the mom not trying to get the kid over there now? Why is the mom like, baby, you can live with me. You ain't got to go live with your daddy. Like, this is crazy. This is nuts.
New world order.
This is nuts. It's shameful. It is an absolute shame that kids have to go through this. So shout out to Tyrese. It looks like, that he is a blessing that he's able to keep a relationship with his daughter, because sometimes, the father loses out here too. Brad Pitt, there's many, many men. And guys, if you lose this, if you lose now, if you lose out like this, don't feel shame. I know a lot of people will feel shame for this and say, well, I should have done something better. Guys, it is almost impossible to do something when a parent has exclusive access to a kid and is abusing them through alienation. There's nothing you can do about this. What more can you do? Go over there and kidnap the kid? So the kid doesn't have a leg to stand on. The kid's fighting for their life. All right. And they don't want to, they have the one parent. The other parent's completely been alienated from them. So they have to latch on to the baby mama terrorist who's emotionally terrorizing the kid, putting them in harm's way, all for a payday. Sad. But we have this woman out here that's going to talk about child support. Let's listen to what she says in the Donald Trump effect here. Here we go.
Typically, I would throw on some makeup before making a video, but if TikTok goes dark tomorrow, then might as well get it out as soon as possible. There is a pervasive rumor going around that Donald Trump said, ladies, if you put your baby daddy on child support, you will no longer be able to claim them for income tax purposes. Only he will. I'm Billy Tarasio, family law attorney. Okay, so first of all, I have not seen any evidence of this tweet. In all the videos that talk about the tweet, I have not seen a single screenshot of the tweet. I don't even know that it's real. Second, it's really irritating to me as a woman who pays child support that there is this pervasive rumor and assumption that only men pay child support. I don't think it's real. I don't think it's going to happen. It's certainly not something anybody should worry about. It is now tax season. Go file your taxes. In order to make changes to the tax code, major things would have to happen. The other thing that I want to address is this constant fight that people have over who gets to claim the child. Because the IRS says whoever provides more support, in terms of time, whoever spends more time taking care of the child gets to claim the child on taxes unless otherwise ordered by a court. Now, many, 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 many times it is otherwise ordered by the court.
Bitch, you talking too long. Shout out to her, modern law here. Hold on for a second. I thought I turned that down. I turned it up. All right. Many times it is ordered by the court because most people don't know what to fight for, so they just sneak it in and you don't even realize it. And my baby mama terrorist literally just filed anyway. She just stopped talking. She just stopped filing for both kids. All right. And some of the times you got to let this shit go. Sometimes you got to pick your battles. Because if you fight every battle that they have at their access, it's going to be fruitless and you're going to be distracted. So many things I just let go. And then I focused on the one battles that I can win, the major battles. The minor battles, the skirmishes, let it fly. We're talking about you're going to miss child tax credit and you're going to miss all these things and let them get their couple of crumbs. They're going to fucking spend it and waste it. So this woman, number one, this family law attorney, she should be ashamed of herself. Number one, most of the child support is paid by men. It is less than 20% of child support paid by women. And I would be pretty much going to say it's less than 17% technically. I think it's 83% of all child support is paid by men. So, lady, cut the bullshit. All Right? Nobody wants to hear about that. Now, if it was 45%, we could talk about the women that pay for child support. Number two, how many women get locked up for failure to pay child support? Not that many. You don't hear about it. So shut the fuck up. I mean, this is just disingenuous at best.
Shut up!
Shut up. All right? Nobody cares about women that pay child support. This is not an issue. You're not going to get your driver's license suspended. Be quiet. Number three, most of the women that are ordered to pay child support barely pay it. All right, so stop with the BS. So I have seen people, men, mostly men, talking about Trump is going to do this. So I agree with her, though. I haven't seen any tweet. I haven't seen any evidence that Trump is going to do this. So please be careful, gentlemen. Don't run on these things. It would take a lot more than an executive order to get this particular thing changed. So the family court doesn't move this fast. It definitely doesn't move that fast. But I've seen a lot of men reacting to this and saying, good job, Trump is going to do this. I don't think so. Not at this point. I just haven't seen any evidence of this. But it does impact you when you file your taxes, because when you have children, you get a child tax credit, or you get a credit for being a parent. And, if you have multiple kids and you have 50-50 custody, you guys will rotate who gets to claim who. But if you have a bitter baby mama, what'll happen is she'll file her taxes first and she'll claim both kids. Or in my case, that's what happens. And she won't tell you in advance. She'll just be like, I'm just claim. Like, they be petty than a motherfucker. So anyway, don't believe that shit. Don't believe the hype. I know people are just saying, they've been spreading these messages here. I don't think it's... All right. And I've looked at his executive orders. This does not exist. But he did sign an executive order to pardon over 1,500 people from the January 6th so-called insurrection. So shout out to him for that right there. Shout out to him. I mean, American politics, man. So Joe Biden prevented the January 6th committee from being prosecuted, as well as Dr. Take the Pope Fauci. What happened to Bill Gates? He didn't get a pardon, did he? But Donald Trump has pardoned. So there's a lot of people about to get out of jail, all right, right now, according to these people who were so-called insurrectionists, all right? So there goes that. It was all for nothing. People lost their freedom. They lost their family, lost their jobs, all over something that was completely political and politicized, overhyped and all of that. Now you can't go after the people that investigated the January 6th. Now the people that all got locked the fuck up, about to get out of jail. All right. They about to get out of jail. Like, this is crazy, man. I mean, this country is, they be doing some weird shit. He said they should sue. Yeah, well, yeah. All right. I don't know, man, about that. I don't know about that. All right. I know some people saying they're having some issues with the stream. I can't do anything about it. All looks good on my end. In fact, it says excellent connection. So I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. So what are we doing here? And oh, by the way, some people wanted some evidence of this right here. Trump pardons January 6th. There it is right here. I'll put it up on the screen. This is executive order. Right here, 50 minutes ago, Trump pardons roughly 1,500 criminal defendants. Why they put criminal defendants? Charged in the January 6th Capitol thing right here in quarter. And also, he commutes the sentences of Proud Boys and Oath Keeper leaders here. And as we know, Donald Trump says to the Proud Boys, stand down and stand back.
New world order.
All right, stand down and stand back. All right, we'll never forget that. I was looking at Trump like, all right, yeah.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
All right. I was like, Trump, sir. They were like, I think it was Biden. Was he debating Biden? I think he was debating Biden at the time. And Biden said, will you deny that you said racist shit of the Charlottesville people, and will you have a message for the Proud Boys. And Donald Trump, I got a message for the Proud Boys. I'm not a racist. Proud Boys, stand down and stand back.
New world order.
I was like, yeah, bruh, that's not going to help your anti-racism claims here. See, I'm critical of Trump. Oh, so okay. He has denied it, I know, but that was on the debate stage. You know what I mean? That didn't look too good. I was like, Ninja, you could have said anything. You could have said anything. Yeah, stand down and stand by. All right. Stand by? Ninja said stand by. All right.
New world order.
Stand down and stand by. That means Ninja stay alert. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out. All right. And listen, you know, we know that was all the media concoction. The Proud Boys guy was like Mexican and black. So they tried to make that a racist organization, which I'm like, why would he be the leader of the racist organization? That's the Clarence Bixby of the Proud Boys. But my man, he said, stand by for the order. For real, Trump. But shout out to my boy. He basically said,
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I thought that was funny as hell. I thought it was funny that he would say, stand down and stand by. That was not a rebuke. All right. But he was like, this is my voting populace. So stand down and stand by. Okay. It's crazy out here.
New world order.
That was funny as hell. All right. Crime and Law CGA. Last one. Disturbing details. I'm going to read a very disturbing story that was sent to me about this group right here. This is a couple here. Well, I guess it's a couple. Pookie. Y'all always talking about Pookie. Here's a Pookie. And wait till you hear this Pookie ass story. All right. There's the guy right there. Light-skinned Pookie, tattooed neck. What I always tell you, you guys always talk about Pookie and like you're aspiring to be Pookie. But Pookie is nothing to aspire to be. Yes, they banging out the girls that you probably wanted in high school and shit. In middle school, they the first one to finger fuck and all. Yeah, okay. But we got a Pookie here and a young lady who is 13 years old. Her name is Naziah Harris from Detroit. Her family's looking to get out attention because, let me see if I could get her name right. Naziah Harris has disappeared. They can't find her. Now, they have arrested this Pookie right here, and we're going to get his name right here. I'm going to get his name. His name is Jarvis Butts. There he is right there. He's cut off his hair. Now he's got the wavy hair. His name is Jarvis Butts. Okay. There is a disturbing relationship between Jarvis Butts, Pookie, and Naziah Harris, who is said to be 13 years old. All right. Now, this is a very, very sad, disturbing case. Let's start off with this video here. Is going to give you an indication of some of the text messages revealed. But first, we need to know that Jarvis Butts is the step uncle, if I'm not mistaken, the step uncle to Naziah Harris, age 13. Okay, so here we go.
For the life of me, I cannot understand why Naziah Harris's auntie Shannon is not also in jail. Lock her TF up. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard about the Naziah Harris case, what's going on here in Detroit, but this was a 13-year-old young lady who was groomed, assaulted, and impregnated by her auntie's boyfriend. And check this.
I'm going to stop right there with the details. Yes, groomed, molested, and impregnated. All right, impregnated allegedly by this gentleman right here. Wow. But y'all want to talk about Pookie. Pookie is going to flame out by 25, y'all. He going to go to jail. He going to do shit like this. Pookie has no standards. You know what I mean? Pookie's going Pookie. So people be talking about Pookie don't have to pay. And so forth and so on. All right, so let's take you back here. Apparently, there's text messages. I'm going to read some of these text messages, man. And when I read them, you're going to be flabbergasted. Okay, crime and law CGA here. Look, listen. Okay, disturbing text messages sent to Detroit teen Naziah Harris before she went missing. Okay, text messages between Jarvis Butts and Naziah Harris were read in court today. Butts faces multiple felonies in the death of Harris, but I don't think they know the body. While her body has not been, they don't know where the body is. She's been missing since January. While her body has not been recovered, police there say they are overwhelming amount of evidence that Butts deleted Harris. Okay, it says background here. Prosecutors said Butts was supposed to turn himself into authorities on a gun charge the day Harris went missing, but the date was pushed back to February. He allegedly met up with Butts that day, and the two repeatedly went to some city in Michigan that I can't pronounce. It begins with a Y and a P. And it says, before returning back to Detroit, where Butts checked into a motel, text records allege that Butts knew Harris was pregnant. Oh, man. Jesus Christ, man. This is... And it says right here, Jarvis knew that Harris was pregnant, and then he began searching online about early termination pills, and drinking red antifreeze. All right, this ninja is dumb.
You big dummy.
And it says right here, authorities believe Butts had been sexually abusing Harris since 2022 before deleting her in January 2024. Prosecutors said he had a history of targeting and befriending women to get close to and sexually abuse their daughters. Now, this is one of the things I've been telling you, man. Like, this is why, first of all, I don't like to date single mothers anyway, but single mothers with daughters, no thank you. All right, but seems like he's predatory. He's looking for women that have daughters, teenage daughters. Okay. It says right here, it's not the only sexual abuse case Butts is involved in. He also has been charged for reportedly sexually abusing 2 other young girls, as well as a conviction for SA in 2005. Prosecutors call Butts a serial child rapist who sexually assaulted an 8-year-old family member and a girlfriend's 4-year-old daughter, who reportedly caught chlamydia from the assault. Oh, ninja, ring the bell. But y'all want to be Pookie out here. Pookie gets it for free. Y'all want to be Pookie. Y'all want to be Pookie so bad. All right, Pookie gets it for free, but Pookie. Bruh, I mean, that's crazy. A 4-year-old caught the clap from this ninja. I mean, they said he came back into the courtroom limping. I don't know if somebody put a broom up his ass or they beat his ass. Okay, more disturbing details. Do you want to hear it? Yes. He's a 4-time offender. He was charged in September 2024. Butts and Harris have reportedly known each other because he was the father of her cousins. The abuse began in 2022 with sexually explicit texts and photos being sent to the child. He was tracked to, okay, we don't care about that. We're going to reveal the text messages. And yes, I'm going to read them out. September 27th, 2022. This is going to be the girl. Come on. She says, you okay? She also says, where are we doing it? At your choice. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what she's talking about here. But here it is right here. Where are we doing it at? Your choice. There's a comma there. Where are we doing it at? So this seems to be where it originated. And then Butts says, you tell me. Harris, the 13-year-old, basement. You sure? Or job? He says, can you basically.
It's barbecue in there.
Can you drop that neck, please? He says, Pookie. This is what Pookie's saying. And it says, Butts says, and make sure you erase the messages. Harris, the young girl, says, Kay, this is what I'm planning to do. June 5th. Okay, so that's not when it initiated. The mail here. I'm at your house. The young lady. Damn, we were just there. She also adds, you bet not be in my room. She adds, I need another phone. She adds, I miss you. But Pookie says, I stole your panties. Lock them up. Lock them up. I stole your panties. According to courts. June 24th, Butts, the guy, send me some pictures, please. Harris, don't you still got the other pics? The man, the male, no. Harris says, I'll send some. And it says right here, the next day, June 27th, the male, are you naked yet? The young lady, no, I don't want to get naked. She says, are you mad I didn't get naked? But I think it meant I'm used to. I'm used to you telling me no. The young lady, come on, bae, I'm sorry, just not in the mood right now. I'm sorry. Another set of messages, and they get worse and worse. I mean, let me see. Holy mackerel. All right, another set of messages. Harris, this is the young lady. Bae, you up? And then she sends more question marks. And then she says, yeah, I don't know why she's saying that. Then she says, my period haven't come at all. She then adds, so she's double texting him, triple texting him. Hello, are you there? The male, what you mean? The young lady, it have not come. It have not come. All right, so that's what the text says. Don't bear with me there. He says, since when? She says, since I was in the hospital, but says that was last month. Yes, that was last month. That is the male. The young lady says, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I have to go to the doctor tomorrow. He says, you said you took a pregnancy test and it was negative. She says, it did. He says, so go get another one. This nigga crazy, bruh. I mean, this is crazy. This is a 13-year-old or 14 at this point. He says, go get another one. She says, I can't. I have no money. She then says, you go get one. Now she's texting him like crazy. You ain't scared to get a plan B, get a pregnancy test and bring it later today. Just act like you have to use the bathroom. Then she says, please. Then she says, will you do it? Then she asks, hello, with question marks. And then he says, okay. So he's probably scrambling and scraping for shit. He probably going crazy. So she's asking for a plan B for her pregnancy. This does kind of give you an indication that she doesn't understand how it all works. Plan B, you're already a month late. The plan B is not going to work. All right. He's probably figuring out, this is when he's probably looking for the antifreeze. Okay, I got some other disturbing text messages. November 27th, Harris, the young lady, I just want to talk. I really don't want to lose you. Oh. Then she adds, can we talk later, yes or no? He's ignoring her now. Then she adds, I don't want your problem. Oh, wait, it's messed up. I think she meant to say, I don't know what your problem is, but I need you to bring me what I need tonight. It's hard doing all this gym-ish with this baby, and if I don't do them, I'm going to get a F. Sounds like possible gym class, maybe at her school. Okay, she's going to get an F. She says it's hard doing gym class with the baby. Fucking hey, bruh. Wow, Pookie. Pookie. Y'all want to be Pookie? Get it for free. We got more. January 9th. This is the final text exchange between Butts and Harris before she went missing. Harris, don't forget. I think it meant don't forget to be there before 3. I will let you know when I'm leaving the school. If you not there, I will wait. Then he didn't respond. She says, send okay if you see the message. so I can delete your number. And it says, then he says, okay. Now, these aren't the last text messages, unfortunately. There's worse. There's worse. Allegedly. Now, I'm going to play a video. I want you guys to listen in to the possible other messages that were sent between these two people, right? Okay? This young woman here who is, this young girl. Let's call her a girl. All right? She's not a woman at all. She's a young lady, but she's a girl. She's 13, allegedly, during this time. I don't know if she was 13 or 15. I don't know how the age works. Okay? But listen to these. Now, you guys, man, if you are squeamish, if you are like, this might enrage you as a man, a father. It might set you off what you're about to hear. But let's go ahead and play this video.
Now revealed more disturbing text messages between Isaiah Harris and Jarvis Butts, where you can see just how much she cared for him and how little he cared for her. And trigger warning, these are very hard to listen to. These are the highlights of their conversation read aloud in court, when Isaiah says, "Are we doing it tonight? I'm ready, fresh out the shower."
I have to pause, bro. Look. Are we doing it yet? I'm fresh out the shower. Ninja, wow.
Oh, the humanity.
Wow. All right, let's continue.
"You coming over? I don't have school. Stop messing with people and just be mine."
All right, so I'm pausing in between just to stop it. So it looks like, you know, you coming over, I don't have school. My mom's not there. Come on over and get yours. Now she's trying to claim him. Stop messing with other girls. You're mine. So she's claiming him, and she's experiencing some jealousy here. And yeah, I don't think he's reciprocating. He's just using her for sure. I mean, damn, bruh. You got a 13-year-old girl on your message chasing you down? Woo-wee. Woo-wee. All right, man, you might want to throw that phone away. I guess it's too late. Here we go.
"I'm finna go to lunch. Love you. I can't stop thinking about you."
All right, so as you can see, Pookie getting pressure from this woman. She's a family member. Well, no, she's not. Blood family. All right, she's not blood family. So she's pressuring him and texting him while at school here. Here we go.
"Are you mad at me? Please don't be mad." His response was, "Are we doing this or not?"
All right, so he's just trying to get the... I can't even say it. He's just trying to get in. All right, he's just using her for sex. Continuing.
He says, "Didn't I make you come faster than ever? Do you ever think how I feel knowing I can't have you to myself?"
That was her, if I'm not mistaken. Was that her saying, "Did not make you come faster than ever"? Send it. Send it. That's allegedly, if I'm not mistaken, that's the girl saying to him, "Did not make you come faster than ever." Now, something ain't right here, man. Something is not. I've never heard anything like this. To be openly texting on this is crazy. All right, and even to do it, to initiate it, that's nuts. I mean, that's too close. I mean, this is crazy. He gonna have some problems, man, when he go locked, because he getting locked up. He ain't getting out of this. They about to lock his ass up.
"But you have me to yourself, and no, I'm not seeing anybody else, I swear." His response was, "I haven't seen you or talked to you." She said, "Are you going to hit it from the back again?" And he says, "Send me some pics, I want some pee."
That's the last piece of tail he getting right there, bro. And there she is right there. I didn't know I stopped it on her right there. Somebody said he dead. How old is he? That's a good point. We don't know how old he is. I know he's older than 20. All right. So let me see if I can find out what his age is. He said, these are your daughters, by the way. I know, listen, and I don't want to, because people are going to say I'm victim blaming, and I certainly don't want to be accused of this. However, didn't I tell you 13 is the age where that was your limit. He's 33. Oh, so no. He's now 41. He's now 41. So we did know that. He's now 41. So he's 41 years old now. But I ain't going to victim blame. But I have been telling you, if your daughter has a phone and she's 13, you better be on guard. You better stand down and stand by. You better stand down and stand by. You have until 13 to really get your daughter's fixed up, like to get her fixed up so she's on the right track. If you miss that window and she was 13, I'll tell you, man, you have to realize 13, they are now going to probably think it's a high chance they're going to start introducing themselves to the idea of sex. They might not have it, but they're going to start maybe listening to it, talk about it. People are going to hear it in the music. You're going to start hearing it. So if they don't have any guidance, they're going to probably start. And then you're going to get people prey upon them like this. So we're not going to victim blame. But yeah, just to tell you, man, I don't miss. CGA don't miss. You know, you're going to have to be watching out. 13. And it ain't 18. It ain't 18. And yes, these women do think about possibilities of grown men. Some of them do. Many of them don't. But some of them do. A grown man can get in there. I mean, wowzers. This is really, really crazy here. Let's see if there's any more texts. I don't even know if we have any more that we need to listen to.
They also mentioned that she saved his contact under the name Bae for life. She later says, I didn't sneak out for nobody, I swear. I'm not like other girls. There's no reason for me to lie to you. The meaning is you're mine and mine only.
Wow. We already, man, at 13, you claiming a 40-year-old. You're mine and mine only. I don't sneak out.
The D and all of you, you're mine and will stay mine.
Woo, way. Man, that is incredible.
His response was, I'm trying to F. Can I get my D sucked today?
Bruh. I mean, I'm speechless. I didn't review all the text messages. All right. So I'm listening to this along with you. Oh, man. Under the jail. He ain't gonna make it out. He gonna be scrambling and scraping for shit in that jail. They gonna get Pookie and he gonna be gay for the stay. He might as well wear a wig. He might as well become a transgender. Because they gonna put a broomstick up his ass. They are going to, this is going, I don't know if he gonna last. She was 10, okay, yeah. I'm not sure, but yeah. So again, she's missing. They don't know where the body is. They don't know where the body is, but they have now, you know, they're going to prosecute him without the body.
She then said, I just want your body on mine. I want to lay with you. And he says, I'm going upstairs. And she says, okay, Shan is going upstairs too. Give her some so she can leave you alone. Then come downstairs so I can sit on it real quick.
Oh, the humanity.
This is mind boggling. My mind is boggled. My mind is boggled. She's definitely, I don't know, she hooked on him. So whatever he's introduced to her, she all about it. You guys got to start. Number one, remember I talked about this. People want to deny me. You got to start watching these girls very early. It's not 18. It's not 16. It's not 15. And no, I'm not talking about predatory, like watch them and investigate them. But this girl supposedly was 13 talking about sitting on it and hiding and trying to get this grown man to come upstairs. And this guy is just it sounds like through the text messages, he just like, all right, come on, I want to hit. I want to hit. I want to hit. He's not communicating with her at all, which probably indicates he's trying to prevent, I'm pretty sure he's trying to prevent her from doing all this texting. He knows that she needs to delete, so he's not trying to communicate. That's what it sounds like. But, you know, this is your Pookie out here. This is your Pookie. This might be the craziest case I heard this year, man. But she cooked. She would have been cooked if she stayed alive at this point.
She then said she has an idea to do it with him and another man at the same time, and people are speculating that that man was his business partner, King.
Trying.
Shit, this gets worse. What? This is getting worse and worse. We got what?
Trying.
Okay. She's pretty advanced here. It sounds like she was going to a private school. Now we got
Trying.
He said next segment. Yeah, I don't know how much more that I can. You guys do your own research. I can't take any more. All right, that's Crime and Law CGA. I'm going to go to the super chats. I can't take any more. I can't take any more. You guys can look up this case if you want to investigate further. All right. Maury said there's worse text messages than the one I read. And it was true. I'm done. I'm done. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, but you know, somebody told me about this story and they was like, you got to look this story up. All right. You got to read the text messages. But that's Pookie. Pookie gets it for free, ass nigga. Pookie don't have to pay. But I always tell you, man, Pookie is not somebody to aspire to be. They do some wild, wicked shit out here. They do some wild shit. And I'm going to tell you, something tells me, like, this is not, something tells me this is not abnormal. I think that's what the word I was using, I'm looking for. Meaning that there could be cases where there's more of this going on than we know, especially in that neighborhood, in that community. There's got to be more of that going on. This cannot be isolated. It can't be like she was just like some friends knew. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. He said this happens every single day. I mean, this has to be more prevalent and prominent. And, you know, we can probably, there's cases out here like that. It's probably way more prominent than we know. But I've warned you of this too. I've warned you of this. I was like, nah, shit is going on out here. Y'all just don't know it. You're turning a blind eye to it. Because Instagram already got girls out here. They doing the thought and posting already. Check your phones. Girls, I told you, 2 people. 2 sources. A woman source said, yep, her, and this is I think it was a Mexican or white woman. She said, yep, her and her friends were talking about selling feed pictures, and they were in middle school. I think 5th grade, as young as 5th grade. Then you had another guy who was doing a coaching call with me, and he said, hey, yeah. He was like, my daughter's friends, I think the daughter was 12. She was like, they're already talking about this feed picture thing. Like, so you got to be on, you know, you can't just you can let your daughter stay in her room and your sons, but they're already exploring a lot of sexually graphic material. The stuff that they know about. I could go further in this conversation from what information I've been told. They have games that they can simulate this activity. And these young people are doing it. They get a mod and they simulate this activity. I'm not going to tell you what game because I don't want y'all to go on it, but you can research it. The Gen Z is already into this. Well before they're 18. They're already doing this already. They're already talking about it, communicating. They're already watching images. They're already addicted to pornography. They're behind closed doors. This is the girls and the boys. Mostly the boys, obviously, but this is the girls. You also had the one girl who said she made $40 million plus. She was marketing to teenagers. She's marketing to teenagers. So they have OnlyFans too. They can get on OnlyFans too. They can get on Instagram and behind the scenes too. Yeah, but it's pretty crazy out here. So be careful. We used to have spin the bottle. Now, we used to play hide and go get it. All right, but somebody's already talking about it here. It is madness. All right, so watch your kids out here. Watch your kids. We got our brother here, Black Man Suburb says, Coach, the money mindset was so effing good yesterday. I had to look into starting a business alongside YouTube. Yesterday, I realized I have a very long way to go, and you do, but you've already increased your viewership significantly, so keep it going. And you took some hits out there. Shout out to our brother Roderick with the sponsorship.
I'm rich, bitch.
All right, Roderick says, I had a female shooter shot at me, though, at a 3 party. While chatting, she mentioned she lived in a 3-bedroom. I asked why so much space. She said it was for her and her 4-year-old daughter. He says, ain't nothing out here but single mammies. Like you said, you are truly undefeated. Yeah. Hey, bruh, I hear 4-year-old daughter, and that's a no. All right, because first of all, you know, you just don't want any false allegations. You don't want anybody being suspect of any behavior. Number 2, you certainly don't want any girls being fast and hot in the pants. And unfortunately, this girl in the case, social media is on her neck. They are talking about her being fast in the tail. You know, that's what you used to call it, fast. So she is definitely advanced. And people are wondering why so advanced. Is it him that groomed her, or was she already kind of in the life? But you guys got to watch out for that right there. I'm definitely scrambling and I'm like, nope. Some girls don't know. They're kind of what happens is these young girls try to flex their curiosity and their sexual power, and they're in it early, right? They're in the early stage of this development. If you know, it's uncomfortable to talk about, but you know, we had to have these conversations and talks when I coached in college and high school. What's happening is they're developing. Their body is reaching maturity. They are certainly ready to be pregnant. As you can see, this girl was 13, ended up pregnant. So her body is ready to mature into womanhood. Despite the fact that y'all mature into womanhood mentally at 25, the body readies itself. Could be as early as 10, 12, 13, whatever. What happens is, as they're doing this, they can see that they're able to control and manipulate men and boys and this type of thing. So they become curious. If you're around a young lady like that, she might sometimes test you. She might sometimes do things to get your goat, to arouse you or get you to pay attention. And then once she has you, she might do some things that, but what she probably doesn't want is to go full out. That's where you come in as an adult male and have to say, I cannot groom her, because now it's up to you to put the brakes on this. If you were around this. So when I coached high school basketball and college ball, I had to put the brakes on this. I had to be like, listen, no, you know, some girls, not all of them, but a few of them were advancing and testing this out. They were testing these out and seeing how much they can say to get you. And if you play into it, you're cooked. If you live with a woman and she has a daughter like this or a niece, they'll start to wear short shorts and maybe, you know, braless or something like that. And they'll start to do this. If they're playing with you, they will start to try to entice you or distract you. If you're not mature and handle it the right way, you're going to get got. And you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So I'm going to tell you, if you don't reciprocate and nip it in the bud, and you let it go along and playful, you're going to get called for it anyway. You're going to get got. I'm not going to say you might as well have done it, but you're as good as done if you play into it. If you don't immediately say, boom, or have a conversation with the moms, I want you to pay attention. Moms have to be very conscious that the men and the women, the man in the family and the woman in the family, if they're not blood related, this is highly possible. So you have to have a conversation and be honest And understand that the dad or the male in the family, in the household, might be getting a little bit of testing from the daughter. The hormones is going crazy. So she might be. So if the guy says, hey, you need to have a conversation with your daughter, the women have to not judge him and say, oh, you reading into that? Not my daughter. I've seen this happen. They have to say, all right, I'll handle it. Even if it's not there, even if he's imagining it. She can't say, hey, well, you're the adult in that situation and you just better not look. It's a wrap. Because now he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Because now that he's brought it up, let's say the girl says something happens. Now it's already on record that he brought it up. So now they're going to be like, hey, it was something you were doing, and it possibly could have, but he's damned if he don't. So he can say, I didn't do nothing. But if the girl's hell-bent, by the way, I've read a story where a girl said she did this to her stepfather. If the girl's hell-bent on getting some sort of leverage, she might use that as a carrot. Hey, he comes in and looks at me. He does this. He set up a camera. I think he's doing something. He's snooping on me. And now you're fucked. So this is why I'm like, I wouldn't even live with a situation like that. I wouldn't even live in a situation like that. I wouldn't even go to a house that has that situation. A single mother with a teenage daughter. No, you got to come to my house. All right. I'm not going to that house. So stay away from it. And then if you do it, you going to jail. All right. If you do it and you can't handle it and you're not disciplined, you're going to fucking jail. If not getting deleted. Okay. Or when you go to jail, you're going to get a broomstick up your ass. And this is a serious conversation because it does happen and men find themselves in these predicaments, whether intentionally or unintentionally. You will find that maybe, and then you don't have the discipline and then you end up in a situation. So be careful. I'm giving you real person talk here. I know it's uncomfortable, but it is real situations. And then when you have guys that are predatory looking for it, this is when the mothers have to be conscious that there are men, even though you might say they're family, it doesn't matter. Oh, he's family. He wouldn't do that. I mean, as you can see, number one, he wasn't a blood relative. So all bets are off. If they're not a blood relative, he doesn't see her as family. He could have seen her. He could have known her as a young woman, but he's not a blood relative. And he's a Pookie. So, and then you also have the friend trying to get in and run a train. Be careful. Everybody just be careful and acknowledge that this is a reality for many people. All right, anyway, I'm John trying to teach. Shout out to our brother, man. My man Roderick said, no, thank you. No, thank you. I just don't mess with single mothers anyway. And if I do, it's never going to be with the kids. It's never going to be at their house. All right, so Rosie. Says Rosie or Rose, coach, can't the child choose at 15 on which parent they want to live with in the family court, or how does that work? My son is turning 13 and I got to take my baby mama terrorist to court. Well, in some cases, the child can determine, but the mother can fight it. So if the mother says, okay, yeah, the kid's 13, 15, 16, it depends on your state. And the mother says, but I don't want the kid to move. Now you have a case. Now you got to lawyer up, or you got to build a case against her. If she then tries to leverage, he's abusive, he smokes weed, he sells weed out of his car, she's going to come up with every single scenario as to why to not let the kid go over there. So as in the case, a judge may say they don't take the kid's consideration in. In my case, my son was old enough to decide based on the law. So what did the court do? Did the judge just say, oh, he's old enough, you don't get a say? That's not what the judge said. The judge said, we're going to order an investigation. So we're going to get a social worker who is expert at interviewing family members. And then that person will determine where the child lives. And I spent $50,000 on that. $50,000 for that. So yes, while the kid could be old enough legally, that doesn't mean the kid just gets to walk in there and say, I want to live with dad. Bye. That's not how it works. Okay, so if the mother does say, yeah, they old enough, but I don't think he has a healthy lifestyle. I don't think he's an alcoholic. He has girlfriends. He has hoes. He travels. He works, right? They will come up with every reason as to why the kid can't move. If they do that, you're cooked. You still got a fight on your hands. So, yeah, just know that. And I'm trying to educate you guys. That's where you get that education. Just because they say they're old enough to choose doesn't mean it's just going to be as easy as the kid walks in there and says, I want to move. If a mother doesn't fight and just says, okay, the kid's old enough, go. But of course, if there's child support, okay, if there's child support associated, the mom obviously is not going to want to let the kid move over there unless the kid is crazy or a gangbanger. So if she's receiving child support or could possibly receiving a greater amount of child support, she's certainly not just going to be like, okay, move with your dad. She's going to fight you tooth and nail. So there you go right there. And yes, you've been telling me about your financial situation. So it's not going to be an easy fight. If she knows you got money, she's going to not let the kid move. And Urban Naturalist says getting a divorce after 13 years. I know what's in front of me, but I'm not scared. Free agent lifestyle for life. Let's go, man. It's going to be a battle. For life. All right. It's going to be a battle. So let's get after it. You know what's in front of you. Lock in. You got 2 years. Enjoy yourself. Stack. Get ready. Get ready. Miles says, it is rumored that Barack Obama is clapping Jennifer Aniston's cheeks. A lot of credible sources are predicting a divorce. Black love never existed. But if it's true, this just nuked black relationships. Black women are good at staying single. Cindy Coach. And where the white women at? Yes, indeed.
Where the white women at?
Yes, sir, Miles. I actually just did a stream on that. I said if Barack Obama, what was that, Friday? I said if Barack Obama gets a divorce from Michelle, you can kiss black marriages goodbye. All right, it's done. It's literally cooked. If they get a divorce, good luck. Because you know why? And people are going to say no. But here's the reason why. Barack and Michelle was often used as a source of, but look at Barack and Michelle, and particularly by black women. Black women will always say, look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. Look at Barack and Michelle. So they were the portrait of what's possible with black love. But yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't clapping Joey Anderson's cheeks. All right, anyway. But I did an entire stream on that one right there. How an Obama divorce would end traditional marriage in the United States and certainly for the community. Look at them views. 29K views, all right? That's not bad. That's not bad. People definitely was interested in that stream. All right, but yep. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. All right, I think that's it. And I can get on with somewhat the main event. No, Jam Master Jay, Coach, do you think women in the do you think women are the creator of the Pookie? Because Jarvis Butt's alleged brother called into a podcast saying he was allegedly abused by his mother and older women at a young age. Oh, man, this is going to be... Oh, man. This abuse of children, yeah, it is a major issue. So you're saying that possibly, you said he was abused by his mother and older women. Woo, wait, this could be a very major situation here, especially in these, by the way, poverty, people that are in poverty or in poor neighborhoods, this is certainly the case. All right, this is very common in these neighborhoods and certainly in very wealthy communities as well. There's some crazy shit that goes on. Normally, you would say in working class parents and families, is probably less because the kids are off at school and daycare and the mom and dad are off at work. So it's almost less likely to happen. But when you have children that are unattended and you have loser males or you have predatory older women who are losers, church moms, very common. And unfortunately, you're going to see the results of this. So R. Kelly essentially said the same thing. hey, these older women I don't know if it was older women in his family, but I think he said a sister or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, he had said some women had abused him as well as a child. And then that manifested in him abusing younger women. Yeah, somebody saying R. Kelly now. So R. Kelly essentially said that was the case as well. So you're saying his brother, Jarvis Butt's alleged brother, is insinuating that. I got to do some research on that. All right, so man almighty. And you're saying, are they the creator of the Pookie? They certainly are the Pookie protector. They're the protector of the Pookie. So, and of course, they're saying a lot of family members knew about this. Shout out to Anonymous says, my grandfather lost his finger while working in the factory to provide for his wife and 5 kids. They respected and appreciated his sacrifice. You won't get anything like that in this era. I'm a top 3 earner with no plans to ever get married. Go get the bag, brothers. Yeah, those days are gone. Those days are gone, man. The era has changed. I don't think women generally, and I guess men might say that too, I don't think women generally respect what men do. I don't think so. Okay. There's not much evidence that that's the case. All right, let me move on. Is it the main event? It is the main event. All right, main event. I didn't realize it, but let's do it. All right, main event here. Let's cook it up, man. Let's go. Hit the like button. We'll say it's an evil world we live in out here. We know that we were talking about men. Yeah, this whole thing about men and women and women and men and older women and younger boys and so forth and so on. We do have a situation where people want to know why women who are older are dating younger men. Now, the conversation of why an older man will date a younger woman, well, we assume that it's as good as history. History tells us that in many societies, women ultimately were younger than their male counterparts. Certainly in the antebellum South, you will find stories and cases where many of the plantation wives, they used to call them, what did they call them? The mistress, right? They would call them a mistress. The mistresses of the plantation, which was the wives of the plantations, in many of the antebellum Souths were teenagers, okay? And many of them were given or sold, or they were given to other families to allow that woman to have a better life. Now, through the years, these women aged, all right? But a lot of the women of the plantation, the mistresses, were young, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We certainly have moved away from that. But their job was to be the mistress of the plantation, in essence, to produce children for the master of the plantation. When you go into other communities in that era, you would find that people were more closely age matched, but still men were slightly older than women. So historically, even the Victoria era, the Dark Ages, and many of these times, you will find that the maiden, the woman, is oftentimes younger. So it is not taboo to have a man that is going to be slightly older or sometimes extremely older than the woman. It is somewhat, for us, normal. You will find that there are some more matriarchal societies where the women tended to be older, but there's not that many of them. Not that many of them. So it is still somewhat odd for us to consider why an older woman would want a younger man. Whereas for the woman being younger, it would make sense in all instances, biologically, youthful attractiveness, fertility, all right, usefulness. A man being older actually benefits the younger woman. We're going to show you socially, security. It actually benefits the woman because then if he has had a woman before her and she had a short lifespan, she died at childbirth, but he wanted to continue to birth children, he could go down to a younger woman. So it does extend the life expectancy and the life productivity. So there's a biological reason as to why it would make sense. Not just predatory. There could be predatory, but there's also a biological sense. He could still produce more children. As if it's the other way around, the woman's older and the male's younger, there's less of a likelihood to produce children. The likelihood of producing children from that union or relationship significantly decreases. And if the man is younger and he is in the child producing age group, he can produce children with a younger woman. Why is he over there with an older woman? In sense, it doesn't make sense for this dynamic to be normalized. So it is greatly taboo to what is the male benefit as opposed to what is the female benefit when the male is older. You can tell, all right? Safety, security, childbirth, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of reasons why this exists. In fact, if you look at many of the women in our history that have been known to produce children that have been memorable, Virgin Mary, also Sally Hemings, many of these women were young, okay? Now, when you take on life expectancy, our life expectancy has improved greatly. We can now expect to live at least into our 60s, certainly into our 70s, and it's not out of the realm of possibility to live in our 80s. In a time past, 35, 45, 50 was the general life expectancy. So then you have to take that into consideration as to why a woman would be near death dating a younger man. Right? Why would a woman be near death, 40, barren, womb, and so forth and so on? Why would her near-death ass be here? Why would her old maid ass be with a younger man? It doesn't make sense. So it has been greatly historically, biologically, and taboo-wise to not make sense for a younger man to be with an older woman. Today, since we have all of these things, right, life expectancy, it does make it possible. But is she a predator? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about why women often date older men. And it says, often. This is AI. So we're going to review Google AI. We're going to take it as a truth. So it is not taboo for women to date older men because they may perceive them as more emotionally mature, right? There's a benefit. He doesn't play games, although in the case of that Pookie, that's not the case. Financially stable, which is important. Remember, women don't like you. They like what you provide, right? He's emotionally stable. He's financially stable. It says established in their careers and possessing greater life experience and wisdom. You will find that women, especially on the monetized dating marketplace, will say things like, mentor, I want to learn from you. I want you to give me guidance, life experience. And in exchange for that, you get access to me. Also, you have the ability to support, protect, provide, any of these things. So it would be more likely that a woman would be younger and go, okay, I could date somebody older. It just depends on how old, right? She could say all the way from 25 years difference, 3 year, 5 year, 7, 10. It would make sense. And it says, which could be attractive qualities in a, unfortunately, they keep using the word partner. I don't like that word because obviously if there's a power dynamic, it certainly isn't a partnership. However, it's important to remember that individual preference vary and not all women prefer to date older men. Not all women prefer to date older men. So they give these reasons why: maturity, stability, financial security, life experience and wisdom, confidence and self-assuredness. You will find that older men, if they are mature, they really don't put the woman to too many games because they don't have to. They don't have to have communication. They don't have to agree politically. He's giving so much value, it doesn't matter. She could just focus on, you will hear this, and I've actually heard young women say this when they're with me, I could turn my brain off when I'm with you. This doesn't necessarily have to exist in an age gap. If this exists where she assumes that, okay, he's wise, he's mature emotionally, he's financially stable, he's established, he's not building himself, getting it out of the mud. When they're with you, they can turn their brain off. Now, you will think that's weird. But a lot of women do find that to be of value. They don't have to think. They don't have to plan. They don't have to, second guess you. They don't have to wonder where you're taking me. Where are you taking me? They don't have to think about none of that. They could just naturally do it and say, I trust him. I believe him. He knows what he's doing. He's established. He's experienced. They don't have to think about it. They could just go along for the ride, get the benefits, and then cock their legs open at some particular point. Okay, so we're going through the benefits. Now, here it is right here from the other side, important considerations, power dynamics. All right, large age gap can sometimes create a power imbalance in a relationship where the older partner may have more control. So that could be an issue down the line or initially, especially if the older male doesn't have maturity. So then he wants to control her, sex traffic her, anything. He wants to put her on the PhD program, the Pimp and Hoes degree program. So that emotional stunting and that need to control the woman can be very prevalent and she can't shake it. All right. Or it could be a financial power control as to where, she's getting something from you greater than she could possibly get from anybody else financially, but it's crumbs to you. And she might need it. I need an extra couple dollars, daddy. And she got to beg and ask you for this. So it becomes very much a power one. But I don't mind this power dynamic, obviously, because I'm not in it. But if I'm a male, this certainly would not be attractive. All right, then we got compatibility. All right, obviously, people say, what do you have in common with the woman in her 20s? We can body talk very well. It could be a lot of sexual compatibility. There could be compatibility that exists that doesn't exist with stretch mark queens, right? With women with stretch marks, right? The compatibility might not be there. But if I was starving sexually and I was being starved out as a young man by younger women my age, obviously I would go pound and nut on some stretch marks, right? So this is why it becomes attractive for younger men to go to older women. All right, they start with their first experiences. We talked about this earlier, possibly with this suspect. You're starving. You're being starved out by women your age. Maybe you're not financially stable. Maybe you don't have your shit together. So now you're going to go get some easy pussy by stretch mark queens. You see what I'm talking about? Like, that's why younger men go to older women, not because of the issues we're seeing with the vice versa. The reason why I'm telling you about the vice versa is important because I'm setting it up. And then it says, what's going on with my stream? What's going on with my stream today? Okay.
New world order.
Are you good with the stream? You might see some issues with the stream here. But it says individual preference. Not all women prefer to date older men. This is true. Not all women prefer to date older men. Many may be equally attracted to partners or people closer to their age or even younger. All right. So not all women prefer that. But now I'm going to tell you, lots more women are comfortable with dating older men. A lot of them are. They just don't tell you. And a lot of the ways they date, you're not going to see it in the open. Because the way they date is going to be different. They're not going to be at the motherfucking, they're not going to go to the bowling alley where you're at. They're not going to go to the young person hangout spot. They probably are not going to go to the club that you're at. They're going to be in more upscale settings, upscale restaurants, upscale lounges, hotel rooms. They're going to be in the house chilling and all of that. So what tends to happen is people say, well, I don't see all these younger women dating older men. Oh, well, you're not going to see it. It's typically done, since it's taboo, under the cover. But so I'm a lot of times with a younger woman. And sometimes, like if I'm with a Filipino or an Asian woman, she's like 4'11". So from a distance, she looks like she's very young, right? So people literally be rubbernecking, okay? They'd be like they be checking it out. Like, what the fuck? Who is he with? And then they try to get a good look at her. They like, nigga, is that a... All right, so I was with a woman out last night. She's 4'11", ling. Okay, so they looking at her like, and they looking at me, but they'll do it under the cover. They'll do it undercover. So that group of, and where we were, it was kind of like a common eatery. It wasn't an expensive place. So they were doing a lot of rubbernecking. People was just, as we walked by, they would look and they looking like, nigga, what? Right? But in general, when you see younger women, if you're a man that's younger, you might say, this ain't true, coach. All right. And why? Because you're going to say, I don't see a lot of younger women my age with older men. And I say, where do you go? You at the Chick-fil-A. You at the movie theater. You at the bowling alley. You at the bumper cars. You at the motherfucking mini golf. You're at the Raising Cane's. So this is where you socialize. You're not at gun ranges. You're not at rooftop bars. You're not at 5-star hotel and hotel bars. You're not at upscale restaurants. You're not at lounges. So you're not going to see, that dynamic being expressed greatly. You're not going to see it. It's not going to be apparent to you. You're going to be like, I don't see it. I don't see it. You're also going to have older women possibly see it a lot more than you're going to see it. Why? Because men their age are going to be out there, and they're going to be like, when I walk into a lounge, they're going to see me and be like, oh, this nigga got a young bitch. So you see what I'm talking about? You see where people won't see it. And then the woman inherently knows, I'm not going to take my older guy out to a front row concert all up there, but you'll see me with them all up in the cabanas. You'll see us isolated away from the main group as opposed to in it. So it does happen. Now let's take you to the women. Let's take you to the women. So remember this list of all of these reasons of why a woman would date an older man. They even say it's common, it's often, and so forth and so on. And also, let me just add, older men that have access to younger women generally are going to be in suburban neighborhoods. They're not going to be in the city. They're going to be outside, rural, suburban. So if they're doing it, they're going to be in their neighborhood, in their house, and you live in an apartment complex or you live with your mom. So you're not going to see this dynamic play out. They're going to be in the 100 section, or they're going to be on the floor seats. You're going to be in the 300, 400 section. You're going to be touching the roof and the nosebleeds. You're going to see a lot of men with fat women. So you're not going to see it. You're going to be so far away from it, and then you're going to claim it's not happening because you don't see it. They're not going to be very public with it. It's going to be somewhat private. Even if it's an exchange for resource, it's going to be very private. They're going to be at. So anyway, it ain't going to be out there. So you'll be like, I don't know any girls that do that. You're not going to see it as much as you're going to see it. Older women will see it way more than younger men. So younger men will claim it's not happening, but even the AI is saying, okay, even the AI is saying this often happens. It's common. It's often. It's not as taboo. It happens. Older women probably see it more than younger men are going to see it. And yes, he's driving not in a SRT. He's driving in a tinted window car. And yes, you missed it. So let's break into this. Why would an older woman have interest in a younger man and vice versa? Why would a younger man have interest in an older woman? Now look at how the AI changed the language. Men may date older women for a variety of reasons. Let's go back. The AI said women often date older men. This one says men may date older women. So it's possible. A younger man may possibly date an older woman, as opposed over here, women often date older men. You see the difference in the language? That makes a big difference. So it is very rare for this to happen. But why would they? Let's take a look. Not much here. Not much here. Look, this is the data on women dating older men. Look at how much data they got here. All right. When it comes to the women, though, not much. So you're looking at the reasons why: maturity, confidence, and life experience. Some of them are similar. So maturity. Older women are often more mature and driven. They may be better able to manage their personal and professional lives, and they may be more self-assured and self-confident. Yes, they become self-confident in them stretch marks, okay? They become more self-confident, right? But why would it says right here they have life experience. They're not talking about the sex, though. But that's a big key and factor. Life experience. Older women may have or have more life experience to draw on, including career achievements and personal growth. Do you think young men are worried about this? They don't have nothing here. You think young men are worried about career achievements and personal growth? Then it says they may be better at coping with difficult situations. Okay, for sure. All right. That's possible. It says they may be more emotionally stable and grounded. All right. And then it says compatibility. Men may be drawn to older women who share similar interests and hobbies and life goals. That's going to be rare, but we'll just agree with it. They may find that conversations with older women are engaging and enriching. That's going to be important here. Okay. They may find that emotional connections can transcend age. Okay. May. Independence. Older women may be financially stable and independent. We're going to talk about that one too. And then they may be able to communicate what they want in relationships. That's going to be important. So let's just take a couple of these. Number one, they may find that conversations with older women are engaging and enriching. This is going to lead possibly to why a younger man will date an older woman, because women their age don't have these conversations, and it's quite frustrating to talk to a younger woman for a variety of reasons. Namely, you don't have anything to your name. She is unsure of you. You're not secure. You're not leveraged. So what will happen is that will manifest in her being more masculine, more unsure of you, less trusting, more domineering, telling you what to do. This can annoy a younger male. A younger male dealing with this situation will find that younger woman to be frustrating. So the older woman is not considering that male should be sure of himself, experienced, domineering, dominant, except in the bedroom. So these conversations, he's going to say something like, she doesn't play games. Older women don't play games. Now, that's not true. They are manipulating him greatly. He is just not aware of it. So she's mothering him. She's cooking for him. And she's doing things that younger women will not touch with a 10-foot pole with him, because they're too busy trying to figure out what this nigga gonna do here and there. Older women can bring you over. Hey, you want some garlic bread, some Texas toast, and some chicken fettuccine. That's grooming. That's doing something that a mother would do for him, and he's going to like it. Women his age probably aren't going to have even the capability to cook like this. Cook it with Kaya. Cook it with Kaya. Most women that age don't have anything to do, so he might be enticed by this mothering, by this grooming, if you will. So he's going to go for that. The conversations are going to be easier. She's going to be more confident in her flirting, as opposed to the woman being more guarded. A woman who is older typically knows how to not get pregnant, or she might not be concerned about getting pregnant because she might be older. Whereas a younger woman needs to protect her womb. So sex can have great consequences when you're younger. So sexual interactions with a younger woman could be complicated, quite hard to negotiate. When you're with an older woman, she knows not to get pregnant. She knows her body. She knows her cycle. She also knows, she can afford an early termination of pregnancy. So the conversation around sex and getting to sex is going to be easier. That's where she's going to manipulate him, because that manipulation seems to exist when people consider older men and younger women. He's manipulating her. Why isn't that woman considered manipulating and grooming him? She certainly is manipulating and grooming him. Yep, her tubes might be tied. She might have got a hysterectomy. There's a lot of reasons why the older woman might be comfortable. You can go in raw. You can bust inside of me. The young man doesn't have to pull out. He can bust inside of her, and it can be quite thrilling for a young man to not have to be concerned with that. Okay, he just has to overcome the saggy titties and the stomach balled up, like looking like balled up homework, right? He just has to overcome that. All right. So this is where then they're saying that this is a benefit, but also it's a way to manipulate the young man because women his age obviously don't have that skill or that craftiness to manipulate him. Okay. Now, the next part of it is down here. Older women may be financially stable and independent. My problem with that is that might be true, but if an older man is with that older woman, she's not going to probably appear financially stable or independent. So a man that has his shit together is going to look at her and she's not going to look financially stable or independent. An older man knows how to ask the questions to find out if that woman is financially stable or independent, or does she look like it? So she has a car, an apartment, or a townhouse, but that doesn't mean she's stable or independent. To the younger male, this can be manipulated. This is why you need to watch out dating these women because, and this is reason number 2, she looks financially stable. Compared to you, air mattress on the floor niggas, or I still live at home with my mama, she in a 1-bedroom apartment looks financially stable. That's number 1. She's going to look way more stable than any woman your age. So you go over there and she got Captain Crunch crumbs all in the goddamn shag carpet, bars all on the window, milk stains and stains all over she's going to look way more stable than any woman his age. So she's going to say, she buys me PS5 and jeans and shoes. This is grooming. It would be grooming if a man did that to a younger woman, but she's grooming him as well. Hey, look at this. I got you something like this. And it's going to look like she's financially stable. The problem with this is in the dynamics between a man and a woman, how does this financial stability and independence benefit the young man? Whereas the younger woman has access to those things if they progress in a serious relationship. She can get access to life insurance, access to his bank account, access to gifts, access to travel. She can get access to this financial come up. The male, the young male, while they're saying the woman is financially stable and independent, how does that benefit him? How? The best case scenario is she says, you can move in with me. So then she can further groom him. But he's not getting access to life insurance, access to, half in a bank account, access to a divorce, access to child support if she gets pregnant. And then if you extend it further, 5, 10, 15 years down the line, he's still going to be responsible financially. The woman dating an older man is generally not going to have that issue. She's not going to be responsible financially, but the male eventually will be. How does that help you with Social Security, 401k, retirement, investments? How does being with an older woman who's financially stable, other than the fact that she might teach you, which is going to be not the case. She's not there to teach you. She's using him for his youth, but he doesn't benefit, okay? There's no benefit for him being with a woman who's older and financially stable. He does not greatly benefit long-term specifically, or short-term generally. Okay? There's no way. He doesn't get a benefit out of that. He will, because she will have extra boxes of fucking Captain Crunch. All right? And he'll have a come up, and she'll have motherfucking microwave warm-up meals, and she'll have a pantry full of refrigerators and, pantry full of Doritos and motherfucking Lay's potato chips. So he's initially going to be like, wow, she got fucking Pop-Tarts and fruit snacks for her kids, and he going to eat up. And he going to be like, this is great. All right. And he get to be on the kids' Xbox and PlayStation. He going to be like, I came up. But let him get older and mature. His is not a come up. He's still got to be able to support himself or her or vice versa. It ain't no come up. Now, the last part of it is right here. All right. They may be able to communicate what they want in a relationship. No, she's going to be able to communicate what they want in a relationship. He's going to get access to saggy waggies. He ain't going to be able to communicate shit. So he's going to be directed to push and shove. He's going to be manipulated sexually. The problem is, what benefit does he get? He doesn't create children. He doesn't get a marriage. He could get a marriage from her, but he certainly probably ain't marriage minded. He getting to put the banana in the tailpipe, do things that young girls probably cringe at and have difficulty opening up to. She'll be able to do it because she didn't have banana up the tailpipe by 50 other niggas before him. So these aren't things that she has to think about happening. Well, I don't know what happened here. A younger girl, you got to coach her into it and tell her to relax. She twitching and sweating and shit, and you trying to put it up the tailpipe. You trying to coach her into it. Now, hold on for a second. Relax. You try to lift it up. Older ladies be having hemorrhoids and shit be hanging out. All right. You trying to push the hemorrhoids in the back.
Oh, the humanity.
Ninja trying to push the hemorrhoids back in. You know what I mean? He's like, what's back here? Oh, my God. This is a disaster. She's like, don't worry about all that. So, what benefit long-term for the male does he get by busting raw in an older, womb-bearing, tube-tied ass woman? Zip. If he then progresses this, matriculates this down the field, 5 years, 10 years, this becomes an L for him. He doesn't get to have a womb. He doesn't get to produce children. All right, anyway, this is a disgrace, man. I'm telling you, man.
Oh, the humanity.
This is a family show, but I have to tell you, she gonna have, never mind. Anyway. So how does he benefit from an older woman? She basically gonna ruin his lineage, ruin his ability to find someone if he wanted to procreate, and assume the position as a male. He's never going to assume the position of the male only to be the protector of her one-bedroom apartment. That's it. He's never going to progress and become a man with her over him. So you're not getting any. I mean, you're getting some. Well, we know what you're getting. You're getting this right here. That's what you're getting. And you're going to be like, oh, I like it sloppy. Baby, I like it sloppy. Oh, baby, I like it sloppy. All right, my phone going. So, as people would probably assume, the older man and the younger woman, he's grooming, he's advantaging her, he's controlling her, he's manipulating her. Hey, those exist no matter what in relationships. It's just the balance of how much that is. It's give or take. As she gets older, she might find that, okay, I didn't mind the 10, 20-year age gap when I was 20, but now that she's 40, nigga, you pushing late 60s or 70s, she might back out. She might be like, okay, I didn't sign up for no wet nurse. All right? She's 40 now. She might want a younger guy. She want a guy her age. So it was fine as long as you were young and fit at 40, 50. She was like, okay, he's cool. But now you 65, 70, and if you've lost your way, she certainly doesn't want to be in her 40s taking care of you unless there's a great financial benefit, which then she has to control over the finances. She is sticking around for the finances. So if she's does progress, then that could be there. All right. But if he doesn't, if he dies and leaves her with nothing, she's stuck and she didn't get any benefit. So this is a point of contention. But I want to say again, to repeat for you guys, since you're going to say, what are the 3 reasons? Well, I told you. Number 1, all right, when it comes to this real quick, finding conversations with older women engaging and enriching, much of this is going to be because he's ill-equipped and he doesn't have anything and he's thinking sex only. Most of the time he's thinking sex only, but he doesn't realize the reason why that exists is because she's able to manipulate a lot better than the women his age. So you're ill-equipped and she will be able to get you downfield a lot easier. Number 2, she's going to appear financially stable and independent, but that's just compared to women his age. In comparison, she probably doesn't have her shit together. As we know, I date women in their 30s or 40s. Most of them don't have their shit together. So if she was inclined to date someone 8 years, 7 years younger, she's going to appear financially stable, but it's a facade. In fact, it's a facade. And then able to communicate their interest in relationships. This just goes back to the last part, why it might not benefit you. You don't get anything from this. You don't get any financial stability. You certainly don't get any lineage. You don't get to produce kids. I mean, it's just an incredible disadvantage. All you're there for is essentially you're a sex slave. You're going to be a sex slave, and she's going to entice you with slop, Costco meals, microwave meals, noodles in a box, mac and cheese, trips to Chuck E. Cheese and shit with her kids. You're going to be babysitting her kids and driving them around, picking them up from school. Ohio State is running away with this, by the way. All right, it's a wrap. Notre Dame, Ohio State, 31 unanswered points. So it's not going to be, he's just essentially going to be a sex slave, which for you, you know, it is what it is. And then think about this. I mean, you want to put your hands on some young, fresh, and green at some particular point. Who wants to be with a woman who, when you're in her 20s, you're in your 20s, she's in her late mid-30s or 40s. Now, once you get 30 or 40s, she pushing late 50s, early 60s. Who want to be sticking their prick in a 60-year-old woman and then you're in your 30s? It doesn't work the same either for men and women. So he ain't going to be interested in that shit either. Right? He might dip and be like, long term, he's like, nah, I ain't pushing that shit in that mush. All right, I keep having to show y'all ninjas. All right, who wants to push that shit in some 60-year-old mush?
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Or late 50s or mid 50s. Ain't nobody want to push they shit into that, right? And you in your late 30s or mid 30s. All right, ain't nobody trying to do all that. All right, so anyway, enough about that. It's an evil world we live in. Yes, indeed.
It's an evil world we live in.
But I think most men are there simply for the sex and the ease of sex and availability of sex compared to with younger women. So when men say I prefer older women and this and that, it's normally because the sex is easier to achieve. You have to do less work. You can come over in your Kanye slides and socks. You can come over in your sweats. You can show up. All right, you can show up. Once she put her crump snatchers to bed, you can show up just t-shirt. You know, she probably has smoked the weed out with you. And she'll laugh and giggle and fix you some goddamn microwave meal. And you're going to think you fucking hit the lottery. Oh, man, I got this. But if you stretch, and you can come on through, you know, she going to be up at 10:30. Her kid, if she has a teenager or anybody younger, they going to be outside. You can slide through. Sometimes you can get on her schedule. If she has a custody arrangement, you know when you can go hit and when you can have your other bitches. Well, most of it is practice. All right. So he's practicing on this woman with very little benefit other than the sex. All right. Anyway, let me get to these super chats. He said the blunt rolling champion. Yep. She can roll the blunt and get hit from the back. He clapping it from the back. And she can roll a blunt like this with one finger. She can break the blunt down, put the weed in there, one hand. Right? And he clapping her cheek. He can't feel nothing either. It's like a hot dog down the hallway. I guess this is good. All right, I guess I'm doing it. Am I doing it? I'm doing it. He can't feel the grippy on it. There ain't no grippy. There ain't no gorilla grip on it or nothing. It ain't pulling him in or nothing. All right. He just kind of just poking at it. He just stabbing at roast beef. Like, okay, you know, I guess it's better than nothing. I could have been jerking off, but I guess I'm just stabbing at it, you know. All right. You know what I mean? A young chick, you put it in to be gorilla grip. You be like, oh, you can't even breathe. You like, you don't want to, there she blows. But she didn't push like 3 kids out of it. Her third kid, she just had the baby like this. She just had the baby standing up. Oh, here it come. Hold on for a second. Let me lift this up. Let me hike this. There it is, y'all. Here you go right there. All right, yeah. All right, make it cry. All right. Oh my goodness. Who else can give you this best entertainment? Do me a favor, hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. Who else can give you this edutainment, man? This is a crazy ass show, but I got a dip, so we gonna do the super chats. All right, we gonna do the super chats here. This is a disgrace. Oh no, my man. Oh Lord, shout out to our brother, no government name. I dated an older woman when I was younger, and she was definitely a predator. I was not warned by anyone, and I got wrecked mentally and emotionally. Don't do it. Nobody really cares when young men get wrecked mentally, emotionally. So it sounds like even in the case of that one Pookie, he's using the defense that it was women that messed him up. Most people are going to be like, nah, because we see men as always the predator, even if it's with, it doesn't matter the woman's age. We're always the predator. But my man said he got wrecked mentally and emotionally with an older woman. And let me just settle this. When men say older women don't play games, you're absolutely wrong. You're wrong on that. It is the fact that you can't detect that the games that she's playing. Oh, she playing a game on you, nigga. Why you wanna play your games on me? Bruh, she running circles around you. She lapping your monkey ass. And I would inherently say, so does older men with younger women. He definitely has an advantage over her. But she's playing a game on you and you don't see it because all of the things that you would think are hard to achieve are being easily accessed with that older woman. She don't care about body count. She don't care about another nigga hitting. She don't care about these things. She just needs to keep you around. So she doesn't care about how people would judge her for being a slut or being with a younger. She doesn't care. As a younger woman cares about these things. She'll eventually care along the way. So she's going to put up barriers for you to overcome. Being seen in public with you, being introduced with family, giving access to sex, being used for sex. So the younger woman is going to put up all these barriers. An older woman just going to be like, just come on, bring it. That is control. That is manipulation. That is being used. So you don't realize because she's granting you easy access and because you have easy access, you're going to show up more times. As opposed to a young woman. You're going to show up multiple times. Every time she hollers, you going to come running. And meanwhile, you banging roast beef. So that is predatory. That's manipulative. She's just not playing games around sex. She's not playing games around money. She'll pay for you. And niggas will be like, she really likes you if she pays for you. She'll pay $50 for you. She don't care. She'll pay $50 for you to eat. She'll give you $50 to go to the dispensary. That's nothing for her. So, yeah. Then you will go and settle in. And you'll show up more there. Meanwhile, the kids you could have had with a younger woman, you putting in an old barren womb. Right? You could have had the president of the United States, but it's a splurge. It's a splurge. It's a splooge right between some old roast beef. Your president of the United States could have been in a young woman, but you got it in between an old woman's legs. But it is what it is. I don't know. It's just practice. And any older woman that think they got a good relationship with a younger man, please. All right, shout out to Demetrius says, if you had to make a guess or a guesstimate, what percentage of couples in public do you think are sugar relationships? I would say, damn, it would depend. It depends on where you are. You know what I mean? If you're in Vegas, Los Angeles, dude, you could go to places in like if you go to places like La Jolla in Orange County, you're going to see it like right in your face. It's going to be in your face. Now, not all of them, but you'll see a good 20% of couples where you'll be like, look. Right? Like go to a place that's high end. You're going to see like, look at this nigga with the toupee and the Just for Men in his hair. Look at him. God damn, he got a 27-year-old. Right? But if you're in a place that's common, working class, you're not going to see it that much. So it just depends on where you are. But yep, you in Pacific Palisades before it burned down, you're going to be with it. You're going to see it right in your face. You can be like, oh shit, look, nigga, look. That's how I used to be in Newport Beach. You just sitting there chilling, and then you see over there, and they walk in the door. You like, oh, shit. You like, damn, obvious. You like, damn, that's obvious. And then it will be quite common for you to see. It will be like maybe if there's 50 people dining out, you'll see probably 2 or 3 or more. My man says, when I sold Range Rovers, most couples were age gap relationships. So that's an example. He's at a Range Rover dealership. He's going to see way more age gaps. You're at the Mazda dealership. You're not going to see many age gaps. You're going to see 2 fat people walk in the door. A fat man and a fat woman, they settle. They don't even bump uglies no more. Right? So it just depends on where you are. In that case, you know, it could be as high as, we know 47% is hypergamous dating, but it could be as much as 15, 20%. It could be. But what you don't see in high status areas is older women with younger men. It is very uncommon. You're not going to see it. You're going to see older women and younger men in poor areas where the woman is a loser, but she looks like a winner to him. You're not going to show up to high class status areas and lounges and see older women traipsing in and bringing in young men. You're not going to see it. That shit going to be only in apartment buildings and Hawthorne and Inglewood and shit like that. You're not going to see just older women parading around younger men and shit and taking them to dinner. You go see young, older, you might see an old broad in the Wiener Schnitzel drive-in in her dusty ass minivan with a nigga. That's what you're going to see. And she going to smell like it's, she been smoking weed all day and they been smoking weed all day. And she in the sweats, she in a big ass, big hoodie. Right. So it's very uncommon, and it's most likely going to be in middle class or poor areas. It ain't going to be in no high status areas where you're going to see that. So that behavior just doesn't manifest. If it is in high status areas, it's going to be pool boy, personal trainer, and he going to beat them guts up at 2:00 before she has to pick her kids up. In and out. Ooh, bump. In and out, gone. All right, yo, shout out to our brother here. We got Andrew Grove says, Coach, I'm trying to lift and you're talking about old lady taking the banana up the tailpipe and it got me sniggling. Please don't get hurt. Also, on today's stream, you were cooking with hot fish grease talking about other people in this space. I've been listening to you since 2020 because you're the best in the business. Marriage will, undefeated, free agent lifestyle for life. Please don't hurt yourself. Please don't hurt yourself. And also, the women that tend to say, I'm going to go get a younger man, they typically are losers with men their age. They typically washed out with men their age. So they have to offer sex to younger men. This is typical. This is not always the case, but it's typical. They're losers. Just as much as you might say a man chasing younger women is a loser, but that's definitely not the case. He's probably a winner, right? He's probably a winner, meaning that like the guy that's an older guy with it that goes after younger women and he might use some money or some shit like that. That guy would be valuable to an older woman. To which I'm saying, if that older woman or a group of older women did not see him with women in her 20s, she would try to date him. She would try to finesse him. She would try to get him in a relationship and then offer some roast beef to him and think that he gonna nut. And then, but what'll happen is he'll come over there and hit too. And then she's like, damn, I'm trying to finesse. I'm trying to get this guy. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get this guy. But that guy, since he's attractive financially, well, wait. Let me just show you this. Let me show you this. That guy, since he has this maturity, stability, financial security, life experience and wisdom, and confidence and strength, he literally would be attractive to a woman of any age. Any age woman. Any age woman. And as long as she doesn't know that she's competing with 25-year-olds, she will go for that guy. Even if he has a toupee, is got a beard just for men, beard, right? Even though he's like, you know what I mean? If she doesn't know he's going after 25-year-olds, she will go for him. He's only a loser when he doesn't go for women his age. So if he has these qualities, but he's like, nah, I like young women, then she will say, that's because you can't get women your age. You have to prey on younger girls. You know, you have to use your control to get her. But he's still attractive to her. If he does date older women or women his age, she would go for him to an extent. Because all of those things are appealing to older women. We saw that one woman, Cynthia the model, the black chick, talk about that going after the 80-year-old billionaire. He probably was not very attractive, but she went to go hop and sit on his little thing because to even her, he was financially attractive. So she went for it. But little did she know, he probably has women in their 30s. Maybe not 20s if he's on some Epstein shit. You know what I mean? He might not have women in their 20s. He might have women as young as 40, 30. And she's 57. So you see, she didn't realize that, so she went for him. Had she known that he has girls in their 30s, maybe 20s, maybe 40s, she would have said, he a predator. He's a manipulator. He's a groomer. It's wild, huh? Shout out to our brother here. Did I get Miles? Miles revealing Obama might have cheated with Jennifer Aniston. Somebody's got to send me a link. All right, I'm going to tell you, bro. All right. Oh, we might talk about this. This is, well, it is the Indian time, so. Okay, so these sources is not too good here. All right, the Indian Times, the economic. Okay, all right. Obama and Michelle more like just friends. All right, we got Perez Hilton affair with Jennifer Aniston. Okay, all right. Listen, hey,
Where the white women at?
Okay, I mean. That's fair game there. Look at you, brother. All right, look at bro.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
Ooh. Oh, who said they're just friends? Was it Michelle or let me see here. Barack, Michelle, more just like friends after 30 years of marriage. Okay, I mean, he got them white women out here.
Hey, where the white women at?
All right. Look at him, boy. Look at that brother.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
All right. And he's showing mad teeth out there. Jennifer Aniston getting clapped by the former president. You know, that has got to be thrilling for her. That's got to be thrilling. Yeah, I'm surprised it ain't John Anniston that he out, you know. Maybe that's to throw off the scent because Barack ain't known to be with no woman. I mean, I've never known the Barack to be with a full woman. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, hold on. Y'all don't get it.
New world order.
I mean, you ain't never seen it. You haven't seen him with a full woman. I mean, I'm talking about Michelle is masculine. I'm not saying she's a man. But you haven't seen her. You haven't never seen Barack with like a. So maybe, I don't know, Barack Obama, former president, clapping Jennifer Aniston cheeks. Oh, man, Dr. Umar mad. This is going to set black relationships back at least 100. What is that? What was that letter? What was that letter that they had? I always forget the letter. But it's the letter that supposedly was supposed to be how they separate black men and women on the plantation. It's been proven to be false. But should Barack Obama and Michelle divorce and he goes on with that white woman and moves in.
Hey, where the white women at?
The Willie Lynch letter, thank you. My man said Obama ain't never clapped from the front. Oh my Jesus, man. Hey, Barack, I ain't said nothing, bro. Barack, that's them. The Willie Lynch letter. If Barack and Michelle break up and he's seen out here with Jennifer Aniston, this will do more damage to the hood than the Willie Lynch letter.
Where the white women at?
This would do more damage to the hood and black relationships than the crack epidemic. This would do more damage to black relationships than gangster rap. This will do more damage than the hood than the Tuskegee experiment. This will do more damage to black people since integration. This would do more damage to black people than Joe Biden and the Bill Clinton crime bill of 1994 and 5. This will do more damage to black people than when they showed Roots. I'm just playing. Yo.
Where the white women at?
This would be the end of black love. Should this nigga go, shout out to Barack, I didn't call you a ninja. Then gerrymandering, then gerrymandering and redlining. This would do more damage to the black community if if Obama is clapping these ice cream cookies. What was it?
Where the white women at?
Yes, this would do more damage to black people and black relationships than the color purple. If Obama is getting these uncooked Cinnabons. Holy moly.
Hey, where are the white women at?
This is going to change the dynamics between black men and women.
Where the white women at?
It's over. Niggers is over for y'all. Them uncooked Cinnabons getting toasted and glazed by Barack Obama. Say it ain't so. The Real Fit Style says, yo, coach, I missed the money mindset yesterday due to a severe cold that I'm getting over, but we'll catch the replay. Keep on keeping on. Shout out to you, man. It was a good one. Ken Rose, shout out to you. No government name. I agree. You met my baby mama terrorist when I was 23 and she was 30 with 5 kids. And I got stuck 10 years in now. I have a kid I barely see paying child support out the ass and no friends. Hashtag, at least I'm making money. Better boss up. So there you go. 23.
Better boss up, nigga.
And she was 30. Most 20 men in their 20s will overlook the fact that she's a single mom. A man that is in his 30s or 40s is not going to overlook that fact that she's a single mom. He's going to hold that against her. A 23-year-old man will meet a woman in her 30s with 3-5 kids, and he'll go in. He'll babysit. He'll think he's doing well. He'll take the kids to the park. The nigga will start playing daddy to him. All because he's going to get punani. So shout out to the black boss. Appreciate you, sir. So that's why we say it's going to be, he's severely disadvantaged. He's going to overlook tremendous amount of personal red flags. Ralphie Boy says, I think it does have one benefit to younger men, sex only. And I Need Money says Cynthia was what Russell Simmons, she was with, I think you meant. Cynthia was with Russell Simmons in her prime. So that must have been when she was 18. Or not 18. All right. Could have been younger with Russell Simmons, but we know what we're doing here. We know what we're doing here. It could have been Russell Simmons likes them fresh out the box. Young, fresh and green. That was a Biggie lyric. By the way, man, I got to get out of here, but Biggie be having some questionable lyrics. You know, people been saying questionable lyrics by Biggie. You know, they've been talking about some of the gay things. I'll do something to her father's dick just to, you know what I mean? Like some questionable. But I heard one where the ninja was like, because you know I like it young, fresh and green, with no hair in between, know what I mean? Now that one, I was like, wow. You know, that was back in the day where women wasn't just shaving all they shit off. You know, they put a little landing strip or a bush. But my man said with no hair in between. Know what I mean? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know if I would have put that out on the record. Now, I might like that, but I might not say it, you know? Right? He said it's a Diddy lyric. Yeah, bruh. You like a young, fresh, and green with no hair in between? Nigga, that. Hold up. We gonna have to call a popo. Yeah, that's not something you would publicize. I'm not gonna publicize that. I might like it, but I can't put that on the. I can't. Somebody said it was no ham in between. It was no ham in between. With no ham in between? I don't think that. I think he said hair. Right? I don't know. That is, I'm going to say Biggie. I'm going to let that one slide there, but you know. All right, so anyway. But you know, he was freestyling, so it rhymed. We can't hold him against him. But anyway, things have changed. Times have changed and seasons have changed. What was once good is now taboo. 13 and good. All right, so some things are taboo now. But back in the day, we let it slide. We let it slide. And we got our brother here. It is our brother Q, the exec. Barry O fell for the sweet white nectar. That sweet, sweet, sweet. Hold on for a second. That reminds me here. Let me see here. Let's see here. Let me see. Boom. Let me see. This is where, let me see if I can find it. Oh, damn. Am I going to find it? Let's see here. Hold on for a second.
White fever get in your blood, man, it'll make it crazy.
We need a...
Hold on.
Kobe caught that white fever. White fever get in your blood, man, it'll make it crazy. And you know they got them short little skates nowadays and that, what they call them? The tongues? Thongs. Yeah, right. They got the thongs all up the booty crack and they got that sweet white nectar. Oh, Lord, have mercy. And after that, it's over. You wake up and you don't even know what you done. Just a pool of sweat around your ankles and a deep sense of satisfaction. Give me a minute, Robert.
Oh, the humanity.
Where the white women at?
Yeah, man. Obama got that sweet white nectar. That sweet white nectar, QD exec said. That sweet white nectar. Let's go.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Man, he's starving.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
He's starving out here, brothers. Obama want that, you know, anyway. He don't have to go for the brown no more. He can get them uncooked Cinnabons. All right, look. Shout out to y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. All right. Thank you for the support and watching. Peace.